Welcome back to the Supernatural Podcast. Big fat Supernatural Podcast. Started doing fart noises over the intro with a cloud.
Yeah.
I guess
their new one is a weird choice, but it was fitting.
it was fitting.
Shit out the title.
Before we start things, I gotta make an announcement. Just to let people know. Okay, so, the big news is, we've been off, not doing this podcast for a while, so it's been a little bit, 5 episodes and a break. So, while we were having that break, they announced that the Supernatural was renewed for a 12th fucking season. 12 fucking season! And then, when I heard that, that's when I was like, no, this is just, I can't do this anymore. So, the announcement is, this will be the last Supernatural podcast season that we will be doing. And the last time that I'll be watching Supernatural after the end of this season. I feel old. I feel myself aging, slowly withering away. I just feel like I don't have a lot of time left on this earth. And I can't waste it watching any more Supernatural.
It's just depressing at this point.
It's depressing. I can't. I've spent, 8 years of my life in real time watching this show. Because it was season 3 when I started.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize I was 16 when I started watching this show. Okay, I can't do math right. No, 8 would be, I was 18 when I started. I know how to do math, okay. But still, I was 18 when I started watching this show. And now, I feel like it's gone nowhere. I've just wasted these 8 years of my life.
You can look at it like the show ended at season 5 like it was intended.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the other seasons weren't still a good show. It's just you get 6 and 7, which are, and then after that, it's just fuck off.
Fuck off. Okay, so with that announced, I'm sure people will be super excited to hear what we're going to be saying about Supernatural. We have 5
Can you
episodes.
guess that they were good and they really turned it around?
Alright, so we clearly we fell more behind than usual with 5 episodes. I thought we were a little less behind than that because of the break, but
someone reminded her on Twitter that Supernatural was going on.
Yeah, we got some people that really enjoy our takes on this, which is hatred every week.
Yeah.
But we had to...
Which is multiple episodes, so not every week.
Yeah, 4 episodes is a long sit. That's what we've been doing lately is 4 episodes, but we had 5, so we broke it up into couple nights. So we watched 3 yesterday and 2 today, so forgive us if our memories aren't as fresh on the first 3, particularly me, but I do have notes to make sure that we talk about everything that's important, I guess. Okay, so let's dive right in. The first
episode is a wash, so next one
is a wash. They're all a wash. The first one was called The Vessel. What the fuck even was? Oh, that was the time travel one with the submarine. And you liked it less than I did, I think.
Because it was a lazy use of time travel, and they're saying it's way too easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not anything new, though.
Yeah, you said it's not something new, but I assume there is some reason they said why you can't just go all willy-nilly through time the other time they did it. I at least hope they did. Otherwise, my complaint extends to whenever they first introduced it, because it's stupid to say it's as easy to time travel as it is just to pat someone on the back. And they have Lucifer, one of their main villains, with this ability to just fucking easily jaunt through time, and he's like, well, my big problem is that Amora's been set free. Well, too bad I can't go back in time and stop it from happening. Oh, wait, I could. It's really fucking easy. And the two dipshit brothers are too stupid to think, well, it sure is weird that Cass can't teleport, even though he did in that other episode, but we're fucking stupid, whatever. Cass can't teleport, but he can teleport and time travel. Because it's not, they're doing the same thing at once. Because he's teleporting through time and space. Because they are not on that boat in the middle of the ocean when he time travels them, so he's doing both. It's so fucking stupid to think, well, the more asinine thing, that he can still do, but teleporting, that's on a different system. So that makes sense. Let's go to the brainless mobile. There's my main problem with that episode.
So what I'm getting is you really loved it, right?
Yes. Overall, A+ effort. Love it, guys. Have some more fucking lazy time travel.
It just felt a little pointless. I didn't hate all of it. I mean, because it was a really casual use of the time travel element, but there was some interesting time travel aspects to it. But I mean, overall, it just, eh?
Like what? The fun? Like, I've seen it so many other times in time travel stories where they've done the "you're doomed" plot way better than this fucking thing. It was so
certainly wasn't the best. I mean, it wasn't even the best time travel into a World War II submarine thing that we've seen. They did an episode of Angel that was the exact same thing. Well, I mean, they didn't time travel, but it was a flashback to a submarine around that time. And they used that story to better effect than this. I mean, they introduced some things, part of the plot of the season, the Hand of God element, which is the artifacts that God has touched, and that is how they think they're going to take down Amara.
Use items.
Yeah, they got talking cat logic. A talking cat? You know, you can only do once.
So, and it does make the whole time travel thing completely pointless because they get their one artifact and burn it off doing nothing. And they're like, oops.
Yeah, I mean, the time travel aspect of it.
Shot a tank full of Nazis, which was maybe what happened anyway. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, the only reason for the episode is to introduce that element and to have the cat out of the bag with Lucifer, which is just sort of lame how they do it, like the reveal that Celestial is Lucifer.
Goes, oh yeah, I guess I don't need Sam. By the way, I'm Lucifer, lol. OMG!
Which, by the way, he's not even scary anymore. Like, you remember when Lucifer was scary? This is not... It was an encouraging start of the episode when he's doing the exact same fucking thing as Crowley, sitting in the hell basement playing an iPad.
Oh,
it's like it was the
so
same
mad
thing.
That they're even there. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, he knows this is a location that Sam and Dean know, for one. And two, why the fuck does every ruler of hell not go to fucking hell to do it? Nah, let's go to Hell's Basement on Earth. That's an intimidating location. They could have used that little fucking room on the stairway down to the fucking cage. That would have been better than that stupid spot.
Yeah, well, and it would have seemed like the stuff with making Crowley his bitch a little bit scarier too, instead of just put him in a Hawaiian getup. And like, is this any less pathetic than Crowley usually is? I mean, it's nothing. And they're not even like good punishments. Like, I think maybe this was it was the next episode they made him do it, but the same rule applies here, where he has him, like, scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush and then licking it with his tongue. It's like, this is the biggest punishment you could think that Lucifer could be giving.
Yeah. The guy who's supposed to run the realm of, like, eternal torment for eons and shit, like, yeah, whatever. You have to lick the floor.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't even be a horrible punishment for the Winchesters, much less for, like, a demon in hell or Hell's Basement.
A demon who fucking usurped him and was content to leave him stuck in a cage for all of eternity. Like, yeah, he's really letting him off pretty easy then.
It looked like he just bruised him up a little bit, like he had, like, a black eye, maybe? Just
Yeah.
not even a full black eye,
No,
just sort of
he was
bruising
mean,
around.
and what made him wear a Hawaiian shirt? Apparently that's like one of the biggest punishments Crowley could ever endure.
Made him
The
wear a dog
Hawaiian
collar.
shirt. He would never wear one of those.
Sam and Dean were getting it worse in that fucking episode with the werewolves that Lucifer was given to Crowley. I mean, what is that? I mean, it's not scary at all. Just bad. Just bad.
Lame.
And
Lame.
they introduced the, oh my god, what is wrong with my cat? They had the Woman of Letters. And they were like, oh, the Woman of Letters. And they say, oh, there's a European division of the Men of Letters now? Like, I just assumed there was, like, ones around the world, not just America or Canada as America. I mean, that would be silly if there were just only one branch of the Men of Letters.
But when Dean's in the past and he meets this Woman of Letters, he lets her know that he's from the bunker.
The bunker. Oh, is it the bunker?
Yeah. Wait, you're from the bunker? The bunker?
I've
The
heard...
one bunker in the whole world? Wow. Thank you for clearing things up. Guys, this guy's from the bunker.
Bunkers don't exist in any other place. Much like the supernatural doesn't exist in Europe. That's why they don't have Men of Letters there.
Time. There's no bunkers around during wars.
Yeah, oh, the bunker. I see.
The bunker.
And of course, because it's a woman, she dead. And that's what I wrote in the notes. Woman, she dead. That's exactly how I wrote it, because, you know, she ain't
She has
making
some magic mark on her that prevents cast Lucifer from coming in or something. She's like, kill me to Dean, because he has to kill her because the mark is, I don't know, in her blood, some bullshit.
Yeah.
And she, instead of just killing herself, she decides to put the burden on someone else and come in and go, kill me. But it doesn't matter, because then she goes, oh wait, no, I'll just shoot my heaven laser up at the Nazis above us, and that'll solve the plot and make the thing useless. Oops, the end.
Yeah, that's pretty much a summary of the episode. What else did I write? Mini flags. They have several mini flags that they put on their map just to know where the Nazis are, because apparently Sam and Dean just have in the bunker some Nazi flags and some other flags to, like, you know...
There's a lot of things in the bunker.
The bunker. Well, they seem like idiots, too. Okay, of course, through this episode they find out that...
Seem like idiots. It's almost like they are idiots.
They are idiots. They find out that Castiel is Lucifer, and they... well, they're gonna call him in, because they're just calling in Castiel before they find out, and they want him to time travel them, even though they know that he cannot teleport. Apparently.
Yeah, the plot doesn't call for it.
Bad editing or teleporting, who knows, but apparently he cannot teleport.
This Castiel's just always by the side of the road, running beside the car in case Dean calls him.
But apparently they say in this episode that he cannot teleport, and they still think that he could time travel for some reason, which he would not be able to, but Lucifer
Different
can.
system.
Yeah, different system. See, I told you, Sam. So they wasted his time bringing him there, thinking like, oh, time travel's on a different system? That's how they're gonna get in there. Because they have to time travel to find this artifact that was lost because the sun was
angels
down.
time travel then and go, hey God, can you not disappear on us? The darkness got out.
Yeah. That would have been something you could use time travel for. You could use it for a lot of things that they're not using it for. Instead they go onto Nazi sub.
If it's just as that easy, it's so stupid and I can't stand it.
I mean, it's certainly, I think, the weakest time travel plot they've done. Just thinking about the other ones they did, they all had better
You have to have a reason why you don't do it if you're just going to have it be that easy, you know, at the snap of your fingers, because that's what it's at with them. Mm-hmm. You can't just say you can just do it whenever you fucking feel like, because then it just raises a whole slew of problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're seeing like half the cast apparently has this ability, you know. Because demons can do it too, right? Like,
I believe so, yeah. Because they did that whole thing with Crowley's son, yeah? That had something to do with time travel?
yeah, I forget how they did it in that one.
That one was a bunch of bullshit, too.
It wasn't as easy as a pat on the back, I don't think, but it might have been. I don't remember.
I think it was more difficult.
Abaddon doing it.
It was Abaddon, yeah. I think it was a little more difficult. Because she was supposed to be kind of like higher tier anyway.
Yeah, and I think she had to do something to even do it, not just slap someone on the back.
Yeah.
I mean, her story was a mess of bullshit, but I can at least say that about it. Fucking ruined her arc.
Ruined everyone's arc.
Let's just go kill her in a hotel. I don't need to get back on that. Fuck the show.
Okay, so yeah, that was The Vessel. I just think mostly a disappointment, because I feel like the time travel aspect could have been better, especially Nazis in World War II. That's something that they could have really used to great effect. Didn't they do another thing with Nazis at one point? But it wasn't like an actual time travel thing. It was something to do with Charlie.
I'm blanking.
I'm fairly certain they did, and it was better done than this. But
likely when
there was.
Likely, what season was it?
I don't remember. I can't fucking keep any of these seasons straight anymore.
If it was before 5, then it was for sure better.
Yeah, it was one of her earlier seasons.
6, whatever.
It was one of her earlier seasons.
Okay. Well then, yeah, more than likely.
I feel like this episode had some seeds of things that they could have done, but overall, it didn't really succeed in a lot of what it was trying to do.
No, it was blah.
The reveal of Lucifer was pretty weak sauce, and then he has
the thing was a very meh execution, and then if you think about it, it's infuriatingly stupid. The time travel easiness.
Yeah, and when they revealed that the Hand of God only has one use, which is basically just they can't use it after that, it made the whole thing a little bit pointless. I guess to have some information.
There's really not even much reaction to that. It's just like, shucks.
Yeah, I think Dean says, like, it was a one-hitter or something.
Yeah.
He should have said, like, now it's shooting blanks.
Yeah. Just like me. Oops. Oh, boy.
Oh. Dean Winchester leaps into a submarine in the 40s. Each time he hopes the next leap is the leap home.
I'm lost in time. We suck, oh boy.
We suck, oh boy, she dead. Okay, so anything else to say on that episode?
Nah, it's good.
Alright. Next one, Beyond the Mat. It was the wrestling episode.
We had The Miz.
The Miz, which you recognized. I would not recognize him, but
yeah,
I'm not as familiar with wrestling.
I was amazed I recognized someone, but
I knew there had to be someone.
I've seen a few videos where The Miz was in it, so I remember.
I knew there had to be someone, because I have not seen a single episode of a television show that has the wrestling gimmick that does not include an actual wrestler in it as the gimmick. Though he wasn't, the main focus of it, though.
No. A secondary character,
but they did manage to torture and murder him.
Yeah, even though he had this redemption thing, he rejected the Crossroads demon and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, he did the right thing, so he gets to die. It's like, all right.
It almost seemed like they sort of gave him that redemption thing, but it didn't seem to fit the character. It just seemed like they did that because it was a guest star.
He didn't have a whole lot of character anyway.
He got into a bar fight and he was a big dick, and then it was like, I don't know, man.
With the other guy, but I mean, if you're gonna give him this, I reject the demons type of shit,
Well, I mean, that's not unusual for the show to have horrible things happen to people.
Yeah.
Good.
But, I mean, it felt like any Supernatural, I guess, like a plot that doesn't know where it's going and then it ends.
Yeah. When they have that explanation about the Crossroads demon and making that deal with that other wrestler, of course they have a speech forever where the Crossroads demon is explaining, for a fourth of the episode, just explaining his plan. And he says...
Ryan Gosling wannabe guy.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, he's one satisfied customer. So his deal was to sell out gymnasiums?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I guess maybe they said he held a title briefly. I guess that was his deal?
Yeah, but he's like, look, another satisfied customer. Like, he's fucking wrestling in gymnasiums. He didn't take him anywhere. Yeah,
I guess he did have...
time, clearly. Like,
maybe he did make it to the big time. Maybe he did make it to the big time when he had that title, and then now he's in shit shows. That's the deal that went bad.
That endorsement, though? He's like, look, I got this guy. Like, you should take my deal, because look where I took him.
I guess...
Yeah, title run and then down the shitter.
Yeah, maybe don't use that as your pitch. Maybe don't tell him that you're, a demon with a bad deal.
Look what you can be doing. You can be stuck being my bitch boy for years, just like him. Well, it seems like it gives me everything.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Also, Password's demon had fucking red eyes for some reason. I don't understand why there's red eyes.
I think maybe they've done that sometimes.
Like, what?
I think maybe they've done that sometimes with Crossroad Demons now, and I don't know why. I want to say this has happened before.
Did Crowley ever do that?
I think Crowley had the red eyes when he had his, 6 millionth, I'm Crowley, I'm back moment, but I don't think he had the red eyes when he was doing deals. Oh, you're looking it up?
Pictures of almost dead Crowley with red eyes, but that's the only thing they're showing me.
Yeah, because I think when he was coming back, they did that.
Yeah, like when he's... Yeah, but it's not the same glowy red eyes. It's just, I look dead red eyes with black in the middle.
I think maybe they're trying to do that to distinguish Crossroad Demons a bit. I know they didn't used to do that all the time, but...
Well, why would they distinguish those ones and, not anything else?
I have no idea.
Trying to turn everything else into an angel.
Almost expecting them. Werewolves are angels. They've been angels all along.
Might as well. Okay. I guess it was a minor thing, but it confused me about what the hell he was first. Because
it was
it's
confusing.
Why wasn't it black eyes like every demon, pretty much?
Yeah. I think up until, the hounds showed up, I was still kind of on the fence, is that really what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's really odd.
So, this whole thing starts with a wrestler that they like, who was Dad's favorite, dies. And so they go to this open wake, apparently, where you can just go and bug famous wrestlers to go at this wake.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was really weird. It's like, I know this is the worst time ever to do this, but I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
What fucking dicks.
Yeah.
Fucking busting on a funeral, big fan. Can I get your autograph?
Yeah, not just a funeral, a wake. The coffin with the corpse is, right over there.
Uh-huh.
And apparently it's an open wake where fans can just step in.
Yeah. Well, I know. Oh no, maybe they came in with their fake little FBI badges that work all the time now because no one's there to back them up.
FBI, we can be at this wake.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess they can. They have 2 badges.
Their funeral attire confused me.
They're printed off on an inkjet, but whatever. I guess they're real.
Their funeral attire confused me. Sam's sweater vest, in particular. Very strange outfits for them. I don't know why they decided this was their funeral outfits.
Respectful sweater vest.
It's respectful sweater vest.
Back from his preppy days before Dean got him in college.
Even then, he wore hoodies and stuff.
In the closet all these years. Someday I'll come back to you.
They decide they're gonna go to this wrestling match, like the good old days, because they don't know this is a case yet. They're just gonna go see this match. And then they see Red Riddler-looking guy.
Yeah.
I feel like, in honor of OSW, what bar is the Red Riddler, Phelan?
A Coke.
A Coke?
Their favorite can of Coke.
He was a coffin crisp.
Coffin crisp, yeah.
A Mars bar. That's all I got. I had to look this up earlier. I'm not very good at this. There we go. There we go. There's the what bar is Red Riddler. He has no importance in this story, by the way. He's just a wrestler. I don't think he has any lines. But at that match, a drunk dad goes out to piss in the back, and then he explodes from behind. It almost looks like something shot through his dick and then shot and exploded behind him.
Impaled through the cock.
He got impaled through the cock, I guess.
Yeah.
That was confusing.
No, that's how he died.
Oh, okay. that's how Crossroad Demons kill people. Was it that wrestler guy that was killing people then? The guy that had the championship belt? So did he shove it through his dick?
I guess so.
He was such a nice guy, right? I'm gonna kill you the worst possible way. Was he supposed to have powers because of this? Like, how did he kill him so violently like that? Like, I thought they were supposed to be, like, animalistic type deaths?
Why did that guy die anyway? What was the point?
I don't know. The demon had them killing people for some reason. I don't remember why, but he said that
to scar his kid for life.
Just to scar his kid for life, I guess.
And they were funny.
Yeah, they were acting like that wrestler guy was, like, having this crisis of conscience. Like, he's just like, oh, man, I don't really want to do this, and I won't kill you, and blah-de-blah. And it's like, okay, so, but why did you kill that guy through his dick in the worst possible way if you're such a crisis of conscience guy?
And he's been killing people for this Crossroads demon for years, too. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it feels pretty hollow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could be like, oh, he doesn't want to unless he has to. But then why would you pick the worst possible way to kill someone? Exploding through their dick. I feel like you could pick a better way to do this, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Dean's hero fails him because this other guy who's fallen was his favorite. Watched him all the time. Oh wait, he was bad. Oh boy.
Why does everyone say "oh boy" now?
Thinking of different shows than this.
I liked the bit where Dean is in the ring doing stupid wrestling poses, pulling his "Hello, Zellers."
Hello, Zellers.
Play some comedy music. Which they also play during some of the hell scenes, so that's nice.
They also played when they killed the Miz.
I liked when the Miz gets in the bar fight with the other guy, and then, first of all, the TV appropriate language, screw off! And then the bar does the absurd crowd gasp stock noise that you hear and everything.
You all watch your pie holes.
Something about screw off. Like, it feels like you should just gone with, like, a go to hell or something. Like,
F you.
F you.
You
I feel like...
Frigger.
The Miz, such
Stop
language.
a beach. Oh, no.
Fudge off. Cheese and crackers.
Mother border.
Mr. Turner.
Oh, Sam used to jerk off to some woman above his bed.
Oh, yes, that was an important note to make.
I'm glad that Sam doesn't have any, fucking weird... Or did he see his mother get burned above on the ceiling?
Well, it was...
It was only Dean who saw that?
Well, he was a baby. He wouldn't remember anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But I think... Was it above his crib that happened, or... I think it was above the crib, yeah. So he did, but he wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
Because he was an infant.
Just, odd little thing to think about.
They should make an episode about this.
We need to explore your demented mind here. So
he didn't remember it, but subconsciously he was always thinking of that.
Subconsciously he made a connection and then got turned on by women on the ceiling. There's some weird death thing going on here, Sam. Like,
There was a line that the Crossroads Demon said that was confusing. He was saying, with the devil running hell, it was every man for himself. So apparently with Lucifer, the guy who was in charge in the first place anyway, back in charge, that means hell is in chaos?
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
If anything, I would think it would restore order that
yeah,
Crowley did not have.
Be
But
running better.
Yeah,
now,
instead of
since
making him Crowley 2.0. I just don't understand the meaning behind this.
there's no meaning behind it. It's idiocy. Bad writing is the meaning behind it.
The plot with the hell stuff was Crowley is being treated like shit with the toothbrush and all that, and then they have Simmons, the betrayal of Simmons.
Well, first I want to talk about one thing with that is that they want you to feel bad for Crowley. Like, it's this constant show's bullshit of, like, of course we don't care about him. He's been being a shithead, but the show can't decide whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. But then they try to pull either card when they want. And it's like, no, I don't care that this is happening to Crowley. He deserves shit, and this is pretty damn light, like we said earlier. It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
yeah,
not
the
even...
betrayal of Simmons.
They introduce yet another lackey character you know is going to die immediately.
Yeah, because she dared to reoccur, and that means she's showed up twice.
But they don't build
Bullseye
any of these
on her.
up, so it's not like... And it's so expected now that it's not like this
Well,
is
yeah,
a surprise.
the surprise
or...
would have been if she'd lived.
Yeah, I was kind of there for it to be like, oh, okay, what if there was a demon who wanted Crowley in charge? I don't know why they'd want Crowley in charge, but
Yeah,
what if there was a
it's
demon
pretty
who was
stupid
loyal?
to imagine any of them would want him over.
Yeah, when she was saying those lines about, like, she's like, oh yeah, when some of us want you back in charge, when it was in order, and like, what? None of this happened. That's stupid. But at least I would have been there for a character that was sort of, supporting and helping him escape, and maybe the factions are separating or something like that, but I knew nothing like that's going to happen, because immediately it's like, oh, she was working for Lucifer, and...
Because that'd mean a new character, and especially a female one.
Yeah. Ugh. One thing, I was talking about this
It
earlier.
would have been better had she been just a character who's going to be in the show for a bit now, but whatever.
I was talking about this earlier with you, but, like, it seems like they have this habit of introducing characters in suits that are more diverse and interesting looking than what they get recurring on the show. It, like, seems like there's something there that could be made out of it, but then they just kill them immediately and don't do anything with them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, like, 'cause it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she seemed like she could have been interesting and she stuck around, but they're just not going to bother even thinking about anything like that.
Yeah, we had, like, interesting lady in a suit that could be a faction of her own. You had, like, Santa Beard briefly. You get, like, some people that seem like they could be interesting, but they're killed off, and who cares?
Yeah, and that's going to happen because it's all stupid Natural ever does with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, look, here's a minor character. They're dead in a couple episodes or one.
They try to do, like, a Crowley's back moment, like... when he kills the 2 guards in hell and he doesn't suspect anything's going on. And then she's like, how? And he goes, I'm Crowley! Like, oh, Back in Black moment. He's walking out and they're playing the guitar and it's like, this is the millionth time this has happened. It doesn't mean anything.
Shut the hell up.
That should be the name of all these episodes, actually. Shut the hell up.
And then, was it Crowley had a staff artifact of God? Like, what was it supposed to be? Moses' staff or something? Was it anything like that?
I don't remember what exactly he said it was. It was something Crowley had stashed in a place he stashed a bunch of his stuff he didn't want people to get. And
I love that
apparently
he just
Hand
had
of
one
God.
of these artifacts of God in his warehouse.
Yeah, he didn't think to use this against ever. Like, when Abaddon, he was scared shitless of that. He doesn't think to use this until now.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I have one of those. I forgot I betrayed it.
Yeah, he hasn't done a betrayal. Wait, no, this one had a betrayal because he double crossed. Lucifer, and he betrayed Lucifer.
Betrayed.
And so he uses it and then kills Simmons and wastes it. But then it
I love that. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, he said something about her betraying him, and he's like,
Oh, I'm the king of betrayals.
I perfected the double cross. And he hits Lucifer and makes his head bleed, and he goes, "You made me bleed my own blood?" They do a fucking dodgeball reference?
Simpsons.
Is it Simpsons? No, it was in Dodgeball too.
Simpsons did it first.
Did Simpsons do it first? Okay, regardless of what they're referencing, it has no place here.
Blood.
Okay, this has no place in Supernatural, regardless of what they're quoting.
Hmm.
That's just dumb. Dumb. We use dumb enough yet in this?
We can use dumb, stupid, idiot,
Dumb!
moronic.
Man, this is so dumb. Oh boy, they did. Anyway, I think that about covers the wrestling episode.
Yep.
Next one. Safe House. That was the Rufus and Bobby one.
That just reminded me how much I miss Bobby and Rufus, and I'd rather watch a show about them than fucking shithead and dickweed.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I would rather watch a show about these two and what they were doing rather than what was going on with Sam and Dean. Though I will say it wasn't the strongest story they could have done with them.
Not at all.
They have
But I mean, just them as characters is so much better to see than anyone.
Yeah, I only wrote 2 things about this just to remember what the plot was. I didn't have a lot of notes to write on it. It was some interesting stuff with time and space that I don't think they played with as much as they could have. It seemed like that was just their way of like, hey, Dean and Bobby saw each other.
They couldn't really, because they never... Obviously, it wasn't planned out, so they can't really do anything meaningful to interact with the past. Well, I guess they could and fuck their continuity, which... whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like maybe they could have used it to a better effect than that, though. Like, maybe Dean somehow accidentally influences how they solved the case in the first place, or... You know, I don't know. It just felt like there could have been a little bit more to it without revealing too much.
Had it been thought through better, probably something like that could work.
Yeah. I mean, I thought there were some great moments with Bobby and Rufus, though, even if it wasn't a strong story.
Yeah, it just pisses me off mostly that the show's such shit now. It's like, oh yeah, remember when there were cool characters? Yeah. Too bad you killed them all, you stupid fucking show.
They had the scene where Bobby and Rufus are digging up the grave, and Bobby's talking about how they're trying to stop Armageddon, and he's worried about my boys. And they bring in that father element again, and it just makes you realize, you know, how much he was needed in that dynamic, you know, how much they needed that kind of character there to kind of sort them out sometimes.
Yeah, the show was so much better when Bobby was there.
Just something to balance things out of it. It's horribly unbalanced.
They need more characters anyway. The show's such crap and stagnant with just the Sam and Dean garbage all the time. And, you know, like we said, ever since they made Misha Collins a main cast member, they fucked that away because they didn't actually have him as part of the team. They always have him off with his mother or something.
Castiel's with his mother.
Well, Crowley's the one with his mother.
Yeah, that's true.
But Castiel, they're doing more with him now, but I agree that they should have done more with him as Castiel.
They're doing more now with him because he's Lucifer.
Yeah, because he's Lucifer, but they can't figure out how to have a good hero team dynamic without just killing someone off.
Uh-huh.
Which is really a shame.
No, they're so stupid on this show. They just... You know what people want to see is Sam and Dean moping in the bunker, or maybe they'll have some lame little joke before they go off and do a case. Like, oh man, look, Dean's drinking while they look on the computer, and Sam goes, really, Dean? Yes, really?
You drank all the coffee, Sammy, so what am I supposed to drink, water?
I thought it was interesting the parallels that they did with Sam and Dean working a case, and it's very similar to what Rufus and Bobby were doing, and sort of the more things change, the more they stay the same.
They're both in the same hotel room, the exact same one.
It seems like they were just trying to be economical there, but yeah, it did come off a little bit.
They're always being economical. Their stupid hotel room, because guess what? It was the same hotel room, dressed up slightly different with that same fucking wall divider that's driving me up the wall to see it now. Again, slightly redressed. Like, this time there's wood on it. At least there wasn't the fucking records this time. Whatever the fuck that last one we saw was.
Well, I'd rather the records, because those were funnier.
Yeah.
At least when it's a dumb set dressing, that's funny.
Yeah, that is true. It is better when you see dumber. I'm so sick of that dumb wall divider. Don't put that in there. Stop making them so huge. Don't know what motels you've been to, but I've never seen them with so huge rooms every time.
They can afford the good ones, the good motels.
Let's go to the nice motel.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that episode. I like seeing Bobby and Rufus, so I didn't hate it, but it wasn't the strongest.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the better ones, but it should have been stronger.
It's probably the best one out of the batch that we saw.
Oh, definitely. Just because you get to see them.
Yeah, just because you get to see them. They did have some good character stuff with them, though, too, because you didn't...
It's true.
They're not overused, so there's more things to use with those characters that were not explored yet. Or things that weren't explored as in depth, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was nice with Rufus's thing about the number one rule. You can't save everyone, but screw the number one rule by the end. You know, that was something that was a nice character bit.
The show wasn't so brain dead, too. Having Dean see Bobby there would remind him, oh yeah, we kind of left Bobby getting sent to heaven jail. Maybe we should do something to sort that out.
You know what you could time travel to do is stop him from getting killed. Maybe.
Yeah. Why don't you do that one, you fucking dipshits?
You could go back and save your dad. You could go back and save your mom if you want to.
Just save Bobby.
Save Bobby. Save Bobby and then the Winchesters die.
Yeah, save Bobby and Rufus, and then Sam and Dean die, and then it's just the Bobby and Rufus show.
That'd be the spin-off we would want to see.
Yeah, I'll watch that one, and then they can team up with Jody Mills, and that'll be a better show.
Yeah. So moving on, the next episode was Red Meat. That was absurd, appalling.
That was the
werewolf one. Just absolutely appalling that they would ever try to pass this off as something realistic. This was
insulting. Oh,
ridiculous! Absolutely ridiculous.
This doesn't exist anywhere in the real world. It doesn't exist anywhere with how the human body works.
So, I mean, first of all...
What the hell was with the dumb framing at the start, too, with them jumping around? They kind of dropped that midway.
And then they abandoned it, yeah. It seems like it wasn't meant to be jumping around chronologically, but they wanted a stronger opening, so they did that. But then they had to try and justify it by just kind of cramming in the beginning scenes a little bit into, like, interspersed in the first, quarter of it, and then it's just dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to do it outside of chronological order. It's not like there was a big mystery there or parallel.
Stupid. Did Sam just die from that gunshot? Do I give a flying fuck? No!
Well, this episode exists purely to
remind you that death is real.
Yeah, to just solidify the whole death is real this time.
In space, because it's not.
Yeah.
Because both of them die in this episode.
Both of them are...
For different reasons, they don't die.
But at least it's natural reasons that they're resuscitated. Ridiculous as they may be, they at least don't... That's not supernatural means.
But it's also flown back in the face of death is real, because they both technically die in this one.
That's true.
Well, I guess Sam didn't, but through magic Sam didn't die. That's the only thing.
Okay, well, starting from the beginning here, I feel like there's a lot to kind of cover. This, like, how this progresses. I feel like it needs to be a little bit in order here. First of all, it's focusing on werewolves, and I think we've talked about this before, but the werewolves on Supernatural blow. They're
Suck.
terrible. They're
Remind us of Garth to remind us that there's also good ones, which does not play into this at all.
There's also evil ones, so I guess since they're murderous, you
Yeah,
can
but
assume
why
they're-
remind us of Garth then?
Oh,
I'm
just
saying,
yeah, I don't know.
there's no point to show us Garth.
There's really no point to any of the recap. All you gotta say is they're werewolves. You don't have to know they've encountered them before to have it work. But, I mean, the werewolves are just contacts, teeth, and claws. They don't look like werewolves. They don't even particularly act like werewolves. I wouldn't even know they were werewolves unless the show had told us that. I mean, it's just one of the worst
Only
werewolf designs I've ever seen.
because they say werewolves. That's the only reason.
Yeah. So, they have,
They're the
kidnapped...
same as vampires, really. It's just they bite them anywhere.
Yeah, and I guess they eat hearts or something. That's their thing. Which is, of course, that's a werewolf thing. Why not? But, so they've kidnapped these people or attacked them or whatever, and Sam and Dean go to save them, and Sam gets shot in the stomach, which is probably one of the more lethal and painful ways to be shot.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, he's immediately getting up, walking around, walking through the
Under
woods.
his own power, even. Like, first Dean helps him up.
Actually,
like,
okay, this is after Dean has removed the bullet, so already he's had someone fiddling around inside his organs to get the bullet out.
Because I'm sure Dean has, like, sanitary tools and everything all the time to do that kind
the
of surgery.
fever would kill him.
Yeah, like, he's probably fucking dumping a whole bunch of germs into his fucking open wound now.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, I mean, like, I get the idea that Sam and Dean have to try and remove a bullet because they can't explain it legally, but then they fucking throw that out the window later.
But you would know that's a bullet wound anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I'm saying. They toss that away anyway later by the time this episode's over, so it's just stupid.
But I mean, like, and also, I've done some reading on this. Attempting to remove a bullet is more dangerous than leaving it in if you're trying to do it like that. Like, a lot of the times doctors don't want to mess with it unless they have to, because it can kill you more than the bullet could, which I guess is just a TV trope anyway. You gotta get the bullet out, use some rusty tweezers here. But I feel like, if they felt like they were going near a road...
spots where the bullet can be that it has to come out, or else it'll continue to ruin your internal organs.
Okay, I guess it would depend on what the bullet was, what kind of gun it was, and where he was shot. But I feel like in this instance, it probably would have been better off just not doing it.
Well, or just getting a doctor to do it.
Or getting a doctor to do it, because they knew they were going toward a road that had cars driving on it, so they knew they were going to get to someone eventually, even though they were still walking through the woods a while. Which again, Sam's walking through the woods pretty damn well. Like, if you're shot in the stomach, you're not going to be walking around like that. Not for very long.
Dean does not have medical training, but they don't have any friends anymore, so it's up to him to try and, with his dirty hands, grab a bullet out.
Well, I would assume over this many years of hunting, they have some medical training, because they've had to patch up a lot of wounds, and we've seen it on the show. So I'll give them that, but that's not the way to do it anyway.
I don't believe that these two dipshits know to do it.
Well, they're not doing it right anyway. They're doing it the gristly man way that the show thinks is cool. And, so they're walking around in the woods, and they make it to, I don't know, some other cabin, and, Dean doesn't want to leave Sam behind, but he's got to go and, do, like... is he trying to create a flare or look for help or something? Why did he leave the cabin with those three in there?
I think they're gonna try and leave in the morning or some shit.
That could have been it. Basically, one of the guys was trying to get them to leave Sam behind, but Dean didn't want to do it.
I don't know why they didn't anyway, just because the car is right outside, so it seems like that would have been easy enough to leave right then.
Was there a car there?
Yeah, because that's how Sam leaves later.
No, but that was from the werewolves. They left their car.
That was the werewolves' car?
I think so. Or was it the Impala?
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was, but you might be right there.
I think it was the werewolves' car, because they went back to the cabin to finish them off.
Yeah, I think maybe. I thought it was the Impala, though.
I don't know. But anyway, this leads to the guy trying to murder Sam so that Dean will leave him behind, so he smothers him.
Yeah, he says Sam's holding them back, and no, he's worried about his wife, so that's why he tries to smother him.
Yeah, he tries to smother him, and they think that he is dead. Because he appears dead. Dean is convinced that he is dead. So they go off, and they go off onto the road, and then they end up getting taken in by an officer, and then taken to an
Dean
urgent
punches him to try and go back for Sam after he's dropped these two off with him.
Yeah.
And so he gets arrested, and tased, arrested, and taken to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. And Sam, who they think is dead, magically revives.
Open wound, bleeding out all night.
All night.
His
bleeding
health
out.
meter reached 0, but apparently it's glitched, so it went back to 100. Because now Sam is perfectly fine, except for going, oh.
It's apparently he's like Superman. He's powered by the sun. He just had to be revived once the sun came up.
He's powered by the more blood he loses.
Yeah, the longer he has this open wound. Well, I guess it's got like a gauze that he bled through immediately. The longer that he's injured, the stronger he becomes. He's like walking around.
Stupid watching this. This is so insulting.
He's got severe blood loss, and okay, I'm gonna jump to the explanation for this just because it makes it more absurd. Their explanation is that he went into shock, so he appeared dead.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't explain how he revives from it, because if you are in shock that badly, that you are in the brink of death, that you appear dead, you don't just revive unless maybe someone gave you fluids or something.
No,
You're not just gonna get up.
He revived because he lost more blood all night. And it's
not only
the next day too. He's been sitting there bleeding all night, part of the next day.
Yeah. After being strangled.
Yeah. After being sent to shock.
And he kills 3 werewolves.
Yeah.
On his own. After this.
Uh-huh.
Steals their car.
Yeah, he kills 2, then drives a car off into the... so apparently just Sam could have left on his own. Apparently he didn't need anyone. They were all waiting around there for nothing. Apparently Dean and the guy and his wife were all holding Sam back. He should have been escaping on his own.
He's superhuman. Nothing can kill him. And he goes to this urgent care where...
As one doctor.
Which has one doctor. He just walks in, and no one notices. No one in this urgent care unit notices someone
besides one doctor
with a severe bullet wound, bleeding all over himself, wandering in with a gun, and shoots him. He shoots this werewolf. The guy turned into a werewolf that had smothered him, and he was attacking Dean. So he shoots him, and this was just able to wander in and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And no one was there.
Yeah. No one heard a gunshot because apparently there's only one doctor, and she got killed because she tried to help them. Just another cheap death they threw in.
Yeah, it was stupid.
And they also kill the cop, too, because apparently that'll just erase everything. They'll never know that Dean punched him and got taken in because nothing gets reported in supernatural world.
They wouldn't investigate the officer's death. They're like, he never reported it, so no one's gonna know about it. Like, what?
Yeah.
But
bullshit.
Okay. So but you would still
plenty of time to report it. So go fuck yourself, show.
It's like,
also, like you said, Sam gets treated by the other invisible doctors in this hospital because whatever, and they would know that's a gunshot wound, and that doesn't get reported either, and the two of them just walk out.
Yeah, you would have to report a gunshot wound legally if you were treating that.
Especially after you already heard one in the hospital, and
Yeah.
there's dead bodies there.
Yeah, surely there would be an investigation into that. And
And hey, the cop that brought that guy in is now dead? Guess that's not suspicious.
yeah, especially when he's associated with that guy. And then when Sam leaves the hospital, he walks out.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, liability. Hospitals will make you go out in a wheelchair for liability reasons, even if you do not need one.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, he would need one. He was shot in the stomach. And he just
Yeah.
goes like, these stitches, I'm all stitched up, I'll be fine in a few
Yeah,
days.
I just need antibiotics and I'll be fine.
What? And then sure enough, by the next episode,
Yeah,
he was
there's
fine.
no mention of it.
What? You can't just throw this away all willy-nilly. It's stupid.
Yeah, he's not walking out, and Dean's not walking out.
Yeah.
Except unless he's in cuffs, because he's getting arrested. You
Yeah.
stupid fucking show.
Well,
You stupid fucking show!
well, Dean had his own health issues that physically I think he would be hurting a little bit trying to walk out. Because first of all, he fights a bunch of werewolves. He's pretty beat up. Then he gets tased. Then when he's in the hospital, he's got broken ribs and a concussion. And I don't remember if this is from the werewolves or perhaps the policeman beat him up while he was unconscious. I don't know. But apparently that happened to him. And he's convinced Sam is dead.
They said he had broken ribs?
They said he had broken ribs, and he was walking around just
What
fine.
the
He didn't
Oh!
even catch that one.
I know, I missed that one. You're not fucking walking around like that with broken ribs. Oh, you stupid fucking show.
And so Dean thinks,
Broken ribs.
and Dean thinks that Sam is dead. So he decides he is going to talk to the Reaper that goes, you're dead for real. You died in the game, you die for real.
Ask if he can please have Sam back.
Yeah, he's gonna try the same old shit. Same shit, different day. So he takes a bunch
And
of
of
pills.
course, she just grabs his soul and throws it into the abyss like she promised, and Dean's dead forever.
Dean's
Oh, wait,
dead forever,
no,
yeah.
she doesn't, because death's not real.
So he takes a bunch of pills, tries to commit suicide, technically.
Sam aside.
Yeah, Samicide. He's foaming at the mouth, convulsing, dead. They have to revive him with adrenaline shot to the heart.
He thought Left 4 Dead was real. He's like, pills here.
Pills here. Adrenaline. That's it. And then he's running like, just super fast because the adrenaline, and you're invincible. So, and then after that, he's getting up, walking around, fighting the werewolf, whatever, walking out of the hospital.
Yeah.
After all of that happened, he was technically dead and had to be resuscitated. Surely there's, limp a little bit or something.
So, the episode that tried to remind us that death is real is the worst and just fucking made it feel stupid.
No, see,
Remember,
if it had been...
death is real unless we just bullshit our way out of it in two different ways.
Two different ways. Death, bullshitted out of two different ways.
So
If it had
you're not
been...
making it feel any more legit, you're just saying, well, if they die, they're dead, but you can always find a way out of it.
You know what would have been a better way to reaffirm that death is for real? I'm assuming, that's basically the
Just
whole
have one
reason
of
that they
them
did.
die.
Is to have one of them die. I'm assuming the whole reason for the episode is so that, when the bigger stuff happens, you realize, there's no way out of this. This is, he tried to get out of it and it didn't work. But if you want to do that, I think a stronger way would have been, just a survival situation. Sam gets shot, and they're in the woods, and they gotta get Sam out because he is dying. And basically a way to say, even the small things are a big deal. Because this isn't one of the big, huge demons or angels or anything like that. It's just they
having them
had
try
bad
and
luck.
Yeah, just make them try and have to survive the night while under attack in that cabin. That could have worked.
That would have been a stronger episode, and it would have been reaffirming the idea, and it would have been just a much better way of tackling this.
And you know what? They shit away anything, because they make you see that Sam isn't dead before Dean even goes into his fucking death state. So they're just why? Why'd they do it in that order?
Well, I guess so that he's doing it pointlessly, because Sam was alive.
Yeah, but it doesn't add anything. It subtracts from the drama, really.
No, I think it makes it a little more tense because you realize, like, he's doing it for no reason and putting himself in danger when she said that death was for realsies. So if he's actually going to die and Sam's not going to die, then he could be stuck and dead. I don't know. I guess I see the reasoning for the order. It's just not.
I feel like it doesn't aid it, but I mean, I get that reasoning, but I guess it's because I don't feel anything about Dean almost dying, and he's not going to die, so I just feel it's very cheap anyways.
Yeah. I mean, if they just had, like, Sam's dying in the cabin, and they gotta survive the night, and then the Reaper shows up, and they're trying to make a deal, but she's saying, like, no, you can't make a deal. Things like that. Like, that would have been
I would at least
better.
make it look like, if I wanted to do in that order, I'd make Dean go in there, and then have her about to toss his soul into the abyss, and then you see that Sam wakes up and he's not dead. So that you can see it's almost all for nothing, and that, make it feel like he's all about to actually lose his soul.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would have him there, like, trying to do his little posturing and have her say no immediately, I'm not going to deal with you, and then grab his soul and be about to take him in there. No.
And then that's when they revive him. And
that's when they revive him.
That would have been a little more tense than she's just reaching and then,
yeah.
damn.
It just makes her look incompetent. She's like, haha, I got you now. Come with me, please. Aw, shucks.
The shame is, too, I think that lady is a good actress. I think if they gave her more to work with, it would be good, because I do like that she's just like, no, there is no deal. And they didn't give her anything with the tension there. They could have ended that differently. But I do think that she's a good actress, so it feels like they could have done something with that character.
Shouldn't have her just have a pleasant conversation with them after they've, established what she wants to do. Was saying last time. Just having that talk felt dumb.
They gave her that god-awful line, say bye-bye to Luigi, Mario. Really now. They're just stretching for these pop culture references. That was awful.
Mamma
How do you make that work? How do you do that? How do you use that line?
You just after she says that, that's when you have Dean go, "Oh, Mamma Mia!"
when
the ground.
When he dies.
And then that's how Dean loses his soul and Sam realizes that Dean's dead.
If they really ended an episode like that, like he falls down and they do the Mario noise?
Yeah.
Would it be the best thing ever to happen on Supernatural?
That's really how they killed Dean off. It'd be amazing.
It'd be like, it was worth it. 11 seasons, it was all leading to this. How pissed would people be that this happened and we'd be like, woo!
Oh yeah, hardcore Supernatural fans were foaming at the mouth.
There was a time I probably would have cared, but not at this point. Honestly, I would love if that's how that happened. That's how bad this has gotten at this point.
Season 9, I mean, it's been hard to give a shit about them.
No, that's why this season has been such a drag. That's why I can't do any more after this. I don't even if 12 is the last one, I just can't bring myself to drag myself through another year of this mess. Mm-hmm. It just feels like there's increasingly less that's worth watching in this. It's
meandering the show. They don't feel like they have any plans, and like I keep saying about them, when they're doing their side stories this season, it feels stupid as fuck because they're saying Amora's this big deal, but she's apparently very easily left off on her own in the woods for a while. It's like, you can't have it both ways. You're saying she's a big deal. She's something that has to be dealt with now. She's,
why wouldn't you deal with her when she's at her weakest point?
Effects, but she doesn't. She doesn't do anything. You constantly see the world as operating as normal because she doesn't do anything besides look around the woods and go, "Hey, God, are you gonna smite me?"
Well, why wouldn't you deal with her when she's at her weakest point? That would be the ideal time to do it, but they don't. And it gets so repetitious because each of these filler episodes, they have to start with them excusing why they aren't doing it to do this
Yeah.
case, and it just gets increasingly
Lucifer's on
lame.
vacation, and Amora's called in dead to work today, so... Oh, okay, well, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, if you want to have a filler episode, if you don't want to have something that's part of the main arc to break things up, have different ways of getting to it than, like, they're like, let's just work a case and do this and ignore stuff. You know, like, have it fall into their hands. They get, you know, messed up with this, tangled up with this thing that they gotta take care of that's sort of a side business, but it's something they have to do. At least find other reasons than they're just ignoring what they should be doing.
And, like, they need to do more things to make her seem like a big deal. Like, the biggest thing she's done still was when she showed up and caused that very localized zombie apocalypse, which was easily dealt with within 2 episodes.
Okay, well, I feel this should be leading into the next episode, because this covers some of this stuff, so let's go to the next one. Hell's Angel. Which is, I have a lot more notes for, because it's an arc-heavy episode, which means it has a lot more dumb in it.
Hey, Amora's not actually dead. Oh, what?
Amora's not actually dead. Rowena is not actually dead. Fuck a doodle-doo.
This show can kill off every single fucking character that you like, and then the one they kill that you go, that's fine, they bring them back!
Oh my god. And it seems so unplanned. Like, she's like, I had a spell in my leg, and that's how I got myself back. Like, what?
Spell in my leg.
She has a spell in her leg. That's how she got back. It got away from Lucifer. Why didn't Sam and Dean think of that? Put a spell in their leg, and then they could fight Lucifer in season 6. Oh man.
Fucking put spells in there.
Could have stopped the apocalypse.
That's what
if
they'll
only
do
they had
now. That's their
spells
out
in their
for
legs.
death next time, I guess. Oh no, death's for real. Unless we put spells in our legs, Sammy. Oh yeah, spells in our legs!
They might as well have said.
We already have an out, don't we? They just gave Sam and Dean an out for their next death.
They might as well have said snapping her neck put her into shock, so she just appeared dead. But
Yeah.
really, she was fine once the sun
And then
came
she
up.
laid there rotting for a few days and then got up and was fine.
So she's helping Amara. And then she switches sides, and it's like, but why would you help her if you want to go against her? But then she's like, oh, but she's really destructive, actually, so I'm going to go back to Crowley, I
It's
guess.
just like,
and-
oh, she's playing every side.
so she's just inconsistent in a plot device and unnecessary, is really what
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're saying, so aren't you glad she's back?
And the reveal that she's still alive is such a lame nothing. Like, they just pan over and she's there. Not even a music sting, not even a dun-dun-dun. It's just like, she's there.
Yeah.
And then we were sitting there like,
And it-
okay, are you going to explain this at any
Yeah,
point?
it takes like a couple minutes for her to actually get to it. Like, oh yeah, by the way, spell in my leg.
And then Amora's like, oh, well, that's a cool story, I guess. Oh no, can you spy on them? Yup.
Oh, they said that, I'm a really bad liar!
Well, I'm only the darkness, so I guess I believe you.
Like, what? Why is
Why does
Rowena such a bad liar?
Why is she always, like, convincing people of things? Like, everyone's always teaming up with her or scared or using her or whatever when she's just such a bad liar, villain,
Yeah.
human being.
Because
Which-
she spies on Sam, Dean, and Crowley having their endless argument about, like, whether they'll take care of Lucifer or the darkness first. Because that's, like, what they do half this episode. Oh, you guys have to do what
Yeah,
I want.
half of it's just in that warehouse.
Yeah. I got the artifact, so we gotta do it my way, like, oh yeah, and the first part of this episode is just stupid Crowley's so badass, look at him killing all these people. It's like, okay, do I care? Not really. This is something we've seen Crowley do a million times already. So then, like, again, like, there always need to be inconsistent about him. First part, he's so badass, look at him, whoa, killing everyone. Immediately after, Sam, Dean,
Yeah.
I got the thing. You guys gotta help me, please. I need your help.
He goes to Saudi Arabia, which is a studio with some sheets and some fans, to go get this artifact. And yeah, he just immediately calls them up. and they argue forever.
They're talking about how they're going to take her down, and then Amora asks Rowena what she's saying, and she said, they said they have no plan at all.
Well, okay.
Okay, I guess I'll believe it.
That sounds true.
Meanwhile, Lucifer goes to heaven.
Ah!
Just goes there. It was very easy for him to just go into heaven. Snaps an angel, smokes them away. The angels have no heaven suits anymore because it's too similar to the demon suits, so most of them are just wearing gray cardigans and shit. Yeah. They have a big meeting. Apparently, after killing that guy, they were...
Like, this is, again, like the time travel thing. They're saying it's that easy to go to heaven, it's that easy to kill an angel, like, which has happened before, but I mean, you constantly throw it in, it's just like, okay, well, why isn't Lucifer just go in a room and snap, crackle, pop, Kellogg's, he's fucked it over, it's all done.
Well,
Lucifer wins. Go
after
fuck
he does
yourselves
that,
watching the show.
After he does that, all of the angels, all 10 of them in heaven, are like, fine, let's have a meeting and hear him out. I don't know, maybe he's got some things to say.
It's one of heaven's like 4 rooms. I guess we did see that office in the other one. So there's an office, there's a hallway with doors, which have people's personal heavens, which are one room only. And there's the jail, and then there's the conference room.
Yeah, and they all go into the conference room, and they're like, we're mad, but let's listen.
Yeah.
And, I don't know
Killed that guy for no reason. Or did he blow himself up? Think about that. Well, we are easily swayed sheep, so okay.
Yeah, they're so easily swayed to help him out, and, like, Lucifer is supposed to be the great deceiver, you know? He's supposed to be... He's the devil, right? He's convinces people and lies to them and dissuades people, but then he's just sitting around acting obviously evil, like whatever. You'll be on my side because I killed that guy.
Get the angels on his side, so he kills the first one he sees for no reason.
Yeah, there was absolutely no reason for him to do that.
If the angels weren't so brain dead, they wouldn't just listen to him after he did that.
Yeah, well, like, while he was getting ready to call the others, which apparently Lucifer did afterwards anyway, because he had to call them for that meeting, right?
Yeah.
So family
meeting! Family meeting!
And during this meeting, Amara has been healed by Rowena, or partially healed or whatever. She's recovering still.
Put a spell in her leg.
Yeah, she put a spell in her leg. And then she farts. She sends a giant fart cloud that all of the angels are like, oh no! They're running down the hall, terrified, shitting their pants, and all it does is just knock them over a table.
Yeah.
It doesn't even give them, like, bloody noses, it doesn't hurt them, they just get knocked over, and this was the most terrifying thing they could have imagined. Yeah, they would rather team up with the devil than have the fart cloud knock them over.
Are you? Was that really the big thing to show that you're back? Is you sent a supersonic fart at heaven?
Yeah, like everyone's terrified, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd be worried about the darkness at this point. If that's her, they were like, oh, that's just a taste of what she could do. I certainly hope so, because if that's the best, that's fucking lame.
I really wish they would make her more of a presence, because they just...
She disappeared forever until this episode. It was like, I forgot what she was even doing at this point.
It's like they did with Abaddon and the other one. They keep making them disappear because they couldn't decide between Abaddon and Booger, and they did both at the same time, and that worked horribly.
And Booger's still around. I bet he'll get messed up in the finale somehow, and it'll be stupid.
They just keep forgetting things. Oh, whatever, Megatron's somewhere.
Well, he's human now, isn't he? So he's not really a threat. He's just stupid, and they keep bringing him back.
Yeah, whatever.
Hate you, Booger. So, they use Rowena to summon Lucifer because they want to cast him out of Castiel into a different vessel Well, Crowley wants to get rid of him and just send him back into the cage, but Sam and Dean want to send Lucifer into another vessel so that he can take on the darkness.
Because, yeah, why not ruin someone else's life?
Yeah. So they summon him, and then he eats Crowley's soul or something. He just sucks him up, like, and then he's got him.
No, Crowley does that.
Oh, he did it on his own?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell what was happening there.
No, Crowley did it to try and get Castiel to expel Lucifer.
And meanwhile,
because
Castiel...
apparently I didn't know that you can just have like a demon angel party inside a single vessel.
Yeah.
Like
and
you can just have a whole bunch of people in there, just party time in his head, I guess.
Castiel is just sitting there doping around watching TV.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is shitty? That's what he was doing when he was on Earth. Like he's like,
I'm just gonna watch. Culture powers, so he's got TV in his head.
What do you think he was watching? Like Project Runway, or maybe something really dated? Flavor of Love.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Those Duke boys are gonna get out of this one.
Whatever, Lucifer and Crowley.
Jump in the air. Well, that's new.
You guys have your fight over there. I gotta watch this. They use moonshine as some gas. Boss Hog's gonna get him.
Uncle Jesse and his moonshine.
So yeah, they have the fight in the head, and then Crowley messages "help me" on his forehead, like he does a fucking exorcist or something.
Was that Al Snow for a second?
Al Snow?
It's a wrestling reference.
Oh, okay.
He used to write "help me" on his head, but in reverse, like through a mirror.
Oh, okay. Well, he does that and it disappears very quickly, pointlessly. And Lucifer gets out, and then Crowley goes and disappears in a really shitty edit. Because you couldn't even tell that he disappeared until Lucifer
when
said
they're
a
having
line.
their little party inside Castiel, like you see Mark Pellegrino in there again, and it's this constant thing with Supernatural where it's just like, why is his vessel form there? Like, why are any of them the vessel? Like, they never know how. Like, I guess that is probably the best way to show it as them, but they did the same thing when they're talking about Castiel as a person. They're like, well, it's Castiel. That vessel's really strong, but it's Castiel. Like, they're acting like the body is Castiel too at this point.
Yeah, why doesn't Castiel just leave the vessel and go to someone else?
Yeah, because they don't know how it works anymore. Apparently, that body is Castiel because, that's his actor. They don't want to change that. But it doesn't make sense. They don't understand the difference half the time. And there's
it's overly
I don't know what his
complicated.
body is anymore. Like, we got into that whole thing before, but he's confusing as shit. Maybe he is tied to that body. I don't know. You could probably give a mention about that, because it's really confusing at this point. What the hell Castiel is? This half-angel human hybrid?
It's all overly complicated.
Yeah. Ugh.
So Castiel basically does nothing there and just stays inside him and watches TV. Like, he contributes nothing to this plot.
No.
Lucifer gets
he's
back
gonna do
out.
something, and then the surprise is he doesn't. The darkness does.
Yeah. The darkness comes to get him, and Lucifer uses another hand of God that they have, the one that from Saudi Arabia.
Joshua.
The Horn of Joshua. And they use that...
Wouldn't it have been used before when Joshua used it?
I don't know.
If they all have one-time use, wouldn't that have been the time it was used?
I don't know. It has about as much use as if it had been used, because he uses it on the darkness, but it doesn't do anything. And she takes Lucifer with her to go and do some Lucifer torturing.
Which is
Yeah.
something pretty new for this show.
I like how they present it like, oh no, Lucifer, I'm worried about him.
Do we care? What the hell are you trying to do, show?
I guess we're supposed to be.
Things that we've seen over and over are brand new, or just that we're supposed to care about the villains. I don't know what the fuck your thoughts are.
Maybe we're supposed to be worried because Castiel's in there, but I'm not even worried at this point. He was just a doofus watching TV. He didn't do anything.
No, like, supposedly he could leave. I don't know. I don't know how a demon angel would ever possesses another one. You don't...
Yeah, I don't even know how he's qualified to say yes, since he is in this vessel. He's not even that vessel, so I don't even know how he's qualified to do this.
He's in a vessel, show! You don't know that most of the time.
Because if angels were able to possess other angels, I don't know why they even bothered with, like, Sam Medine and all this other stuff.
Angels wear meat suits up in heaven, too, because they need to wear sweaters and stuff.
Ooh, our cardigans got messed up by that fart. Wait, no, they didn't. It didn't even do that.
Oh, it stayed... Oh, no. It came right out.
We healed it. We healed our cardigans.
Yeah, guess they can heal clothing, right?
Yeah. If they get God in the show at this point, because this seems like this is what they're trying to lead up to, because Amara wants to confront God.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a way to do this that isn't really lame?
I don't think there is one.
Because, I mean, they've already established...
I don't think Supernatural will do it in a way that's not going to be lame.
Yeah, but they've already established that it's Chuck. Yeah.
For the most part, they could go back on that.
Yeah. Well, they could also say, like...
They've implied it.
They've implied that he is Chuck. So it could be like he was just appearing as Chuck, or he was just using Chuck as a vessel, or something. But I don't see any way of them doing it that's not really lame. And I bet you God will make a bunch of bro jokes like everyone else. It seems even lamer when it's like God, you know, you'd be like, oh, Mario, say goodbye to Luigi.
It's gonna be like, what was his name in the Hercules movie? Anthony Quinn, was it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey guys, bros before hoes.
Bros before hoes, am I right? Who would be the worst possible person they could get to play God in this? Kevin Sorbo?
Yeah.
God's not dead, he's me. Oh no, I was hit by a car! Alright, I think we've pretty much covered what we should cover here. What would you say?
This show far too long.
Far too long. This podcast is going to be ridiculously long. What would you say was the best episode in this lot?
Bobby and Rufus.
Yeah, I agree. Harder question, what was the worst?
The fucking Sam just gets up from being smothered and bleeding out all night.
Is it the worst, though?
It made me feel stupid.
Because that one made me laugh. That one made me laugh because it was just absurdly ridiculous, the suspension of disbelief they're trying to ask of the audience there. Like, even by TV wound standards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would say the last one, with Rowena coming back and all that shit, I would say that was the worst one for me.
I guess that's just the stupidity I expect from the show at this point, was that type of crap, so it didn't faze me as much as just Magic Sam.
It's harder to sit through the ARC stuff, just because of the repetitiousness of it, I guess.
I guess, but to me that was so stupid.
Alright. Well, we'll stand divided. Overall, yeah, I guess that's all we gotta say about these episodes. We'll be, going to the 19th episode next time. And all the other ones. 23 this season, I believe, so fuck. Alright, see you guys
That's the extra one instead of a 22 episode. Go fuck yourself, show.